Hi everyone, you're welcome to another edition of Music Business Intelligence. Music Business Intelligence, we've actually brought up stage so many veterans. We have actually brought so many veterans in the music industry. And so we've brought the like of Wale Oni, we've brought the like of Akin Alabi, we've brought Edward Sunday, we've brought K-Stick. You understand? These are great veterans in the music industry, and we're bringing another man who has some word of knowledge, you understand, a music and business intelligence to you. And the name of the man that we are bringing today is known as Shoggy Tosh. Shoggy Tosh. And Shoggy Tosh is going to be joining us live today on another edition of Music Business Intelligence. Anyways, before we proceed, I just want to talk about what music business intelligence is all about, especially for the benefit of those who are joining us for the first time. I'm going to tell you what music business intelligence is all about. So you are welcome to this edition of MBI, Music Business Intelligence. Music Business Intelligence is a forum whereby you get educated on how to maximize your potentials in music business in a godly and a professional manner. And this program is powered by Woodclef. I'm happy to be your host. My name is Kayode Olusoji. I'm also a gospel artist, a music business consultant, a digital marketing strategist, and I'm an entrepreneur. Yeah, that's who I am. Now today, I just want to let you know what Woodclef is all about. What's Woodclef? Woodclef is a kingdom-based musical outfit positioned to expand the frontiers of gospel music by creating multiple platforms, through which gospel artists can reach the church and the world with the word of God in a unique style. Yeah, we engage a collection of original contemporary ideas to build gospel artists and other music business professionals into international brands so that they can minister cross-culturally and build lasting connections that will propel their music. And so, our vision in Woodclef is to promote gospel music businesses by providing musical products and services through our innovative and educative programs and ideas that are vital to society's quality of life in a professional and godly manner while aspiring to be the company of choice for such products and services. Today, we are going to be considering the power of PR and branding, and we are bringing upstage Shoggy Tosh. Shoggy Tosh. Shoggy Tosh. Who is Shoggy Tosh? Shoggy Tosh was born in Birmingham, United Kingdom. He is a multi-award winning publisher, producer, author, radio, television presenter who was mentored by Reverend Tim Omotosho. He is the founder of the official Stars homepage magazine, TV and PR, also a British Nigerian rapper. He is the publisher of Tosh Mag, TV and PR, a top web-based entertainment magazine, online TV and public relations company based in London. And so we're happy to have Shoggy Tosh in our midst today. He has done show tag Tosh Mag TV show, first aired on Ben TV, Ben Television in 2009 and was broadcast for like 18 months to viewers across Europe via Sky B and Sky Television and Africa via Air and My TV. It was scripted and produced by Shoggy and Femi Best Touch and won over 8 international awards. Wow, this is huge. 8 international awards. So this guy must have something to offer. Tosh also won the TV Presenter of the Year in 2012 in the whole of Africa. Wow. And at the Africa Gospel Music Awards in London, and in 2010 at the BEFTAs, he edged out Alicia Dixon, Makosi, Musambasi, and former England and Arsenal FC football stars. Turned TV presenter, that's Anne Wright. So on 9 January 2014, he released his debut album, and it's titled Emujo, featuring Shady Blue and Jamaican gospel dance all-star Dynamis Reigns, and produced by Pastor Child, which topped the Reverb Nation dance chart #1 in London. Wow. That's in February 2014, and peaked #2 in the United Kingdom and number 38 in the world. So this guy has achieved a great feat. You see, time will not permit me to roll out all about this man. It's not something I can finish. It will be inexhaustive. I will have spent hours, talking about his achievements and qualifications. But I'm glad to have Shoggy Tosh in the building right now, and I'm going to be bringing him right away. Shoggy Tosh, and as I bring him upstage, bringing Shoggy Tosh into the building. Let's listen to one of his songs. Hey, Shoggy Tosh in the building. Let's listen to one of your songs, Joe.
Kayode Olusoji.
Yeah, my brother from another mother.
Man, it's so good to see you, man. I see on your cheeks, my brother. This was a sign of good
It's nice having you here today. Let's listen to one of your songs. I know before we proceed to today's song, I just want to dance to Joe.
Thank you. Wow. Jojo.
Just
Wow. The voice of my loved one. That's another mountain. Here he comes. Ọba to the tóbi lọ́ba. Hey Lord, he can Mujojo, give praise to his name. Mujojo, give praise to his fame. As if David was naming the songs, went in and said 1 to a 1. Come back, come Shulamite, I want to show a dance. He praised the king, dance for a lady, I to the Joe, they to the Joe, we to the Joe, to the I Joe, they Joe, we Joe. Jojo, mo lè jà ìyanu, ẹ̀tàgbà kánsẹ́lọ̀, ẹ̀rín ọlọ́run alágbára, àrùn òun Jojo, ẹ̀fà bàbá yérayé, ẹ̀jẹ̀ ọmọdé àlàáfíà. Daffy Joe, Onfo, Onjo, give him praise with a banjo and a Joe, brass hot calls and a Joe.
Oh my God. This is wonderful. You're welcome, Shoggy Tosh in the building. Thanks for coming.
Hello, sir. Such an honor to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
It's nice having you around, and I just want to appreciate you, for honoring our invitation. Thank you so much. I've known Shoggy Tosh for, way back, right from the university days. And I remember when I released my album Gidigo and I traveled, this guy, even before I started digital marketing, was giving me some tips. I said, wow, back in the UK then, yeah. In fact, I really appreciate this. So I just want to ask you a question as we bring you up, that, before we go into today's topic, I know we call you Shoggy Tosh. I really want to know, is that your real name or stage name?
Oh, that's my real name. My first name is Shoggy. My Yoruba name is Olugbenga. And my last name is Tosh. So,
nice.
I use Shoggy Tosh a lot.
Yeah.
But
I'm trying to, the volume, yeah, sorry, the volume, I don't know what's happening. I can't hear you very well.
You can't hear me very well. Or maybe I should ditch the headphones.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much.
The headphones.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah, it's better, but if you can see increase more, I will appreciate it. Yeah. Can you speak now?
How about now? Any better?
Hello? Yeah, if someone is saying the volume is not too loud. Yeah, it's not very loud.
How is it now? Is it better now?
Okay, yeah, it's a little better. Okay.
So I've ditched the headphone.
Okay, so like I said, I've known you as a man who wears many caps. I know you as someone who is into PR, branding, TV host. You've done so many things. You're an author. You've written a book. You've done so much, and I've known you even to be in the PR and branding for, a very long time, and now you've also delved into sports, right?
I actually started
Reporting.
from sports.
Yeah.
I actually started from sports back in the uni days.
Oh, you started from the sport?
Oh yeah, yeah. From footer.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah.
I was on TV. I was on OSRC and the TV as well in Ondo State, and
Okay,
then I was the sports editor
okay,
of
okay, okay.
football on campus. So that was actually the reason
Yeah.
I
Oh, okay. So sport was actually the foundation. Later, you delve into music.
well, yeah, you
Wow.
can say sports and music because even you've always been a good boy on campus, but so you wouldn't know. We later became a good boy after campus, so you wouldn't know.
Yeah,
On
yeah.
campus,
Anyway,
second to none, and second
that's
to none.
interesting. If you can still help us do something to the volume is not loud enough. I don't know why.
Wow. Let me see. How about that? Any better?
Yeah, I think it's better now.
Wow.
It's better. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
what's happening? Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, my next question that I'm going to ask you, what advice will you have for music professionals about the power of PR and branding? I think we should just go straight away to today's topic so that people can learn a lot from you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, people are saying when I come closer, it's better. So what I'll do, I'll come more closer. Okay. Yeah, I mean, basically, I'll just simplify. PR is basically public relations, and it's so important that we relate to the public. When we have something that we want to sell, either it's a product or even if it's ourselves, and there's nothing wrong in saying that we want to sell ourselves because even God sold himself to humans. He had to send Jesus Christ to the earth to sell it because, we all had different ideas of how God is. And God had to send his own son, Jesus Christ, to present him. And that's why when Jesus Christ came on earth, he was like, this God is not just your God, he's your father. Do you understand?
Yeah.
It started to tell us things, inside information, so that we could better relate to God. So when you say public relations, you're selling yourself to the public, either be it a brand, either be it, maybe music. You could be a footballer. You want to sell your image in a way to the public. And sell doesn't mean that you're selling out. It's just like you want to connect. I mean, like now we're having an interview. You are far away, I'm far away, but because you send me a request, I accepted that request. We connect. It's just like we're in the same room. And
Yeah.
that's just basically, what PR is supposed to do. It's supposed to simplify things so that whatever you want to present or sell, if I can put it that way, to the public. Now, it depends on what market in the public. There's so many demographics, but whoever you want to link to, you need to just connect, like that. It sounds simple, but normally it's not simple because if it's not your area of expertise, then you complicate things. You just notice that the whole market is complicated already. It's sophisticated. There's so many people trying to gain attention. If it's music nowadays, like even back in the old days, so many releases, so many artists, and you want to stand out for people to see what you do. We're not even getting into the quality of what you bring in. That's a different whole topic. But then PR basically is just how you present yourself. It might sound a little bit fake, but I wouldn't call it fake because I speak a lot about the Holy Bible because that's where the wisdom comes from. I didn't actually go to study public relations. We've gained a lot of experience over the years, but it's just a God-given gift. I mean, if you look in the Bible as well, there were a couple of people who were tasked to build the Ark of Covenant. And God said, I've skilled these two people, especially for this task. So you can look at Solomon as well. Yeah, you can be educated, but there's a wisdom and knowledge that comes from God that no one can gainsay. You understand? And that's the center of where we operate from. I would like to say something else, but I won't be true to myself. So basically, faith, for instance, is an evidence of what is not seen. So for instance, maybe you want to travel abroad, you don't even have a passport, or you don't have the means, but you believe in your heart that something is just pricking your heart that I need to go abroad, I need to go to Germany, I need to go to Canada. To some people tell you, okay, this is what you need to do. You need to get a passport, you need to do this, you need to do that, maybe you need to pray about it, you need to do different things, and you go in the face, and you get to a point where you start to tell yourself, I am going to Canada. It doesn't make sense because you're still whatever in Rwanda or Nigeria or whatever, but you're kind of trying to bring an evidence of what is not real. And I can link that to PR. Do you understand? You want to sell yourself, you want to be the best in what you're doing, but maybe you're not. But now you have to present yourself in a way that it will show what you want to be. So if you're a music artist, for instance, you might not be the best. There's a lot of artists out there who people will say, but he can't even perform. He can't even dance. He doesn't even know how to play any instrument. But himself and the team or PR or whatever or branding has been done to a point that what is presented to people is presented in a particular way that he can easily be, linked to. A very good example again would be just like you having a stone in front of your house.
Yeah.
Someone that can brand, someone that can do PR very well, will take that same stone, maybe put some gold around it. It could be even gold plated, and sell it to you. Some people can actually sell their house to buy the stone in front of their house because it's been branded in a particular way that is attractive to you. So nowadays, people that know, they do. I mean, you look at big companies like Coca-Cola. The other day, I was just looking at Coca-Cola, and you could see from the 1800s, 18th century, 17th century, how they've branded themselves. They kept the logo the same. They just twist it a little bit. You see some of us, we're doing something and we just switch from one logo. Another 2 months, you have a different logo. I mean, you can look at different brands. You just look at the color and something just hits you straight away. You look at the Apple sign, straight away that, you're talking about Apple, maybe an Apple Mac or iPhone or whatever. So, that's just branding and PR. I'm just trying to make it as simple as possible for now. Yeah. But that's basically what PR and branding means. You just need to rebrand something. The branding has to be bigger than the image. So the branding should be even more bigger than your music, than maybe your footballer. I'll give you another good example. You look at a player, one of the ex-internationals that played for Nigeria, namely JJ Kocha. Pele said, if Pele, the Brazilian Pele is saying that Okocha was one of the best players and he's one of the best players he's ever seen, you need to take notice. Maradona, all of them said the same. Even Ronaldinho, that played for PSG, that played for Brazil, World Footballer of the Year, said that Okocha was mentored him at PSG. I mean, he never won the official African Footballer of the Year, but then one of the best players, naturally gifted. But when you list the best players in the world officially, at times you forget Okocha. Do you understand? And then there was a time that, because Okocha is quite close to me, even you look at Okocha's branding, he's trying, but you look at like maybe a David Beckham who naturally didn't have those much skills, but he was signed to a company called 19 that took care of the Spice Girls those days, took care of Lewis Hamilton, the Formula One superstar, and they branded him. Beckham had to stay on the training when he was playing for Man United, when he was at AC Milan, PSG. He had to train, just like Ronaldo, the Portuguese Ronaldo, had to train to get those skills. But someone like Okocha was naturally born with those gifts. But the branding of Ronaldinho, the branding of you look at their Facebook pages, you look at Beckham, he has like probably 50 million followers. Okocha has over maybe close to 50,000 followers. And it's not that a lot of people don't want to connect with Okocha, but something is not adding up. So you look at Beckham, he stopped playing football, but he's become a brand to the point that he can go anywhere, go and speak. I know Okocha is doing the same, but there's a huge difference, a huge gulf. What he's earning, you still see the release of the results of the highest paid sports people. He's not a sports person anymore. He's retired, but he's still sometimes in the top 5, top 10, top 20 because of what he's bringing in through branding and PR.
So what you're saying invariably is that the value of your brand could also determine your earning power.
Directly, it's directly linked.
Okay, so what can you do as a music business professional to improve the value of your brand? Because I realize that brand has to do with perception. It does not really mean that maybe the other guy, you understand, the other guy could be better. True. But because you are better perceived, you understand, that improves the way your brand is, and that determines the way people value that people place on you. So how can you improve your brand as a music business professional or gospel artists or artists? What are the things that you need to do to improve the value of your brand?
You said something that you said you use the word professional, and I realize we're talking about music now, a lot of artists are not professionals. You can see an artist call themselves like a singer-songwriter, but you're really a singer and songwriter. and we can go into that. But when something is your profession, that's what you used to earn a living, and that is your life. That is the air you breathe. Do you understand? It's that serious. If you talk about gospel, you see that the level is low in some quarters because we talk about gospel. That's the good news, and you think of being a Christian and sharing good news in music form. And you see people that are doing great. I was with Kirk Franklin a few months ago at the Dove Awards in Tennessee, and it's just amazing. Like, having a chat with him, meeting his wife as well. You see how he doesn't play with his time. Time. Like, he's finished. He performed the last, at the awards, and you could see that he needed to be somewhere. People wanted to reach out to him. He was talking with us, but you could see that, time. Hey, you're coming through to him. What do you want? Do you understand? He doesn't play with his time. Time is like a currency. Do you understand? So straight away, you can see that that's a professional. Do you understand? And the way he presents himself. There was something that happened there. Tammy's wife, we were all together, and then she just slipped and she fell on the floor. And the way Kirk just switched, like we were having a chat, and he just switched, like, he's looking, he could have maybe ran to his wife, but you could just see, I learned a lot just looking at him. Babe, are you okay? Are you okay? She said she's fine. And you can see he's alert, there are a lot of people around, but still alert. So that's a professional, on and off. Either you're performing or because people could have a camera recording him or whatever, you could see that 24/7 he's on. And I was like, wow, this is the level and even more that one needs to do. And some people don't see little things like this. It's kind of like, oh, my music, Kirk Franklin doesn't sing. Why is he winning all those Grammys? Why is he, but there's a lot of things that you don't see underneath. There's a working hard behind the scenes as well. But as a music professional, you have to take it as a professional. You have to love it. I was having a chat with a good sister of mine, and she was telling me about the story of the brothers P Square. When the P Square is a top group in Africa, in Nigeria, when they were trying to break through, and they were just trying to do a video and a single as their debut song, they sold their house. They had a house. They sold the house to make a song. So let's start from there. So how many artists can do that? And if you don't have a house, it could be your phone, it could be something very precious. Can you do that? Do you understand? They left, I left the town. They actually did a bazaar. So not just a house, like a lot of other things that they had, like shoes, whatever. They just put it out of the house and they were selling it just to get money together, see people who can invest in them. And even the song wasn't really a hit. And the video wasn't a hit. When they came to Lagos, they were living in a face your face me with songs, sporting basically. Do you understand? People don't see all these things, but then you see them and you say later on, oh, these, I can sing better I can dance better than him. So there's a lot that goes into it. But as a professional, you need to love what you do, and you need to simplify it. I notice that a lot of Africans, a lot of Asians, a lot of Caribbeans, a lot of times we of color, we want to do everything by ourselves. Now, like. Yes, it can cost less, but it can cost more, because if you spoil your brand, it will cost you more. Even you could spend so much and still not get to the normal level that you have to be. So it's better to take time and build the brand. We're so much in a haste as well to show ourselves. It's kind of like we feel like we're a failure. Maybe people have been telling us you can't make it or you're a failure, and we're so much in a haste to make it that even when we're making a song, we don't make it properly, we don't mix and master it properly, we don't study the art, we don't do the research. Nowadays, in the computer age, there's a lot that you can check out online, and you can verify, not just checking out, because a lot of us just go and Google, we check a lot of things out, and we don't verify it, and we make a mistake. But there's a lot of tools out there, free tools, that one can study, social network, how you yourself can do, but you can do that to a level. But it gets to a point where you need to attract some more people in different fields that can help you to get to that next level. You're talking about music now, there's music publishing. There's a lot of artists who don't know that nowadays you make most of your money through streaming. You make a lot of money through streaming. You make a lot of money through when you release a video, you put a video out, and then copy those videos just for fun, maybe they just feel like it's a wonderful song, like Gidigon. I love Gidigon, man. That video was, mind-blowing, the song mind-blowing, I love Gidigon anyway. And Wale, you did a great job, mixing, mastering that song. You did a great job as well. I love Gidigo forever. I still play Gidigo on the radio. So
Thank you
I'm
very
just
much.
using it as an example. You imagine the video now, shot by Benga Salu, beautiful video. Now some people, maybe they just love the video and they just take the video, rip it out, which people can do easily, and just post it up to try to attract subscribers and listeners and viewers. Now, as a music professional, before you release a song, before you release an audio, before you release, because nowadays you can even release an audio on a video platform, before you put it out there, you need to have published your art. So I'm talking about your lyrics. Have you got the publishing right? Are you signed up to it? And then your royalties. Do you understand? And then, I mean, for instance, if you're on Vivo, you easily get money from views. You easily get money from, you know, adverts. And not just that. If someone now takes your video and loads it up elsewhere, straight away you get a notification that someone in Jamaica has loaded up Gidigo. You know, do you want them to leave it? You can say yes. And apparently, all the views that they gather, the money comes to you. Now, when you release a song, you don't know if it's going to be a hit. Sometimes you feel, oh, this is the best song ever. It's going to be, and sometimes people just don't feel it. And it could be a song that you're just playing with in the studio. You're not even serious about it, and people just gravitate to it. So you don't know. So once you load it out there, you can't really, unless you delete it. There's nothing more you can do. So before you put your video out, before you put your song out, these are the homework that one has to do. Someone could even come and take the beat, resample it, and use it. But nowadays, there's so much software and so much technology that would detect that. And that's why you see like Pharrell in the US being sued that used a song that looks like it. It's because that person did his homework, and the softwares that can pitch whatever you released, and to see that, you know, yeah, you used a sample and you didn't pay me. You understand? So these are things that as a professional you need to get right first before we're so much in a hurry to publish. You know, nowadays anyone can publish, but these are things that at times you can't get everything. But when you get someone that knows how to do a brand very well, or knows maybe how to, you know, they can actually advise you before you get into the nitty-gritty of publishing and trying to, you know, reach out to the public. Another good way of earning would be, you know, performances, you know, but then a lot of times when people just reach out and it's kind of like they can easily access you. Do you understand? Then maybe you're a shy person, or, you know, you don't want to be, you know, you just want to be polite. Then you want to do a freebie, which at times is good if you know what you're doing. But then if you have a manager, or you have someone that is your face, it looks professional, it feels professional, and they are the one that negotiates on your behalf. Okay, Kayode Olusoji is going to do this performance for you for free, but what are you going to give us? I don't know. What do you mean give us? You're going to perform. No. What are you going to give us? Are you going to put my logo on your flyer? Are you going to advertise for us? Are you going to let us sell our merchandise, maybe CDs, stuff like that? Do you have a website? You know, things that we don't think of, that kind of trade by barter. You know, all these things we study at school. We do economics, we do all these things, but especially as Africans and Asians and Caribbeans, and I'm stressing these because out of my years of experience, I realize that a lot of us in these areas will lag behind. I'm not saying like, you know, the other, you know, maybe Americans or maybe Black Americans or different demographics, they have their issues as well. But I see that a lot of times we are the ones that have most of these issues because like we don't get our priorities right. We don't get we're too emotional. We bring emotion into the music business. There's a music business side. There's a music publishing side. There's different sides that you have to master. So it could be that, you know what, well, you have a website. Just put me on your website, which is called Trade by Barter. It's like you give me what you have and I give you what I have. So we kind of collaborate. And then you realize that people know more about your brand. Someone else might reach out to you from Jamaica because they've seen you on Chevelle Franklin's website and say, oh, we love what you do. And then maybe you did what you did for Chevelle for free. Then someone else is willing to pay you. So it's just about building that over a period of time. Another thing is that we're so much in haste. This generation is just, we don't have patience at all. And patience is a virtue. You need to take time. Look at Coca-Cola. I mean, if you saw the first can of Coca-Cola, it looked like the kind of an engine oil that you use for a car. I mean, when you look at it now, you can laugh. But that's where they started from. You don't despise small beginnings. That's where they started from. And they started building. At that point, they were even giving out some of their items for free because that's that level. And their vision was a long-term vision. So it's kind of like, okay, I have a product that I believe in. I have a formula that I believe that is not common. and I want to sell this out to people, but how can I sell it? I need to gain attention first. So they took their time doing the logo, took their time, getting the product right, took their time, spreading what they wanted to spread, and then they started to try to attract people. They believe that which is like PR and branding, it's kind of like, I've got this item here, but before I call you to come and see it, maybe I'm cleaning the phone, I'm shining it, there's some things I don't like, I've removed it. You do all that before you call people to come and look at the phone. If you're doing that when you've called 100 people to come, and then you're doing that, you've lost the value of what you're trying to sell. They've seen all the secrets. So when you do all your homework, that is the time that you now do a proper PR, proper branding to actually attract more people. If you do it the other way, and that's what God Almighty did. He didn't just make man. Maybe if we saw God how he was making the giraffe, and how he was making, even when he wanted to make woman, the Bible says he caused man to sleep, a deep sleep. Do you understand? So if you see all that, maybe when God was bending down, we just saw his underskirt, like, is this Baba God? Will he lose value? Do you understand? So he did everything. When everything was now done, he now brought man to come and man everything he did. So that's that's a kind of simplified way of, relating PR and branding to music artists. There's a lot that we need to do. A lot of times we point fingers to different people. Oh, they're not helping me. People don't help Black people. People don't help Nigerians. But do we help ourselves? You ask an artist, okay, I'm a radio presenter. So for instance, I want to play reggae music next week. I reach out to someone, please help me to get artists to send music to so place. You see that you gave a simple instruction. It could be that I didn't want people to send to my email because it's full. So I have a reason why I asked you to Dropbox or to WeTransfer. But you look at it like 80% or 90% of people, they won't even read. They always say that if you want to hide something from a Black man or a Black woman, put it in a book or put it in writing. We're just in a hurry. We don't do things well. That spirit of excellence is not there. You rush through, just think that, let me email the song. You email the song bounces back or it doesn't come through. You're saying I'm not helping you. But you didn't listen to the instruction. Now you sent your song. I asked for a bio, for a profile. As a music artist, you can do research, even if you don't have the cost, the budget for having a PR or branding, company to support you. Do a little bit of research. You can Google online. How is a profile? What does a profile look like? And know that even when you do a bio on a profile, it varies from another bio. So if you want to do music, if you want to be interviewed, you need a bio that is specified towards that. If you, like now, I can't send you my sports bio because we're not really talking about sports. So, but because you're in a hurry, you just quickly send something and the person can't even get the information. Now, as an OAP, because I get a lot of songs that come through, talking about tens of thousands of songs, in a month, how me and my team going to go through all that? So if I say send a small bio, all I need to know, let's say you just release a song, what is the song about? What inspired the song? A little bit about you and how can people get the song? Now, when you do branding, the work goes into that product. So all you need to do is draw people's attention to that item. And when they come closer to that item, to that song, and they start to search, maybe they Google you, the information unfolds. You can't put all the information in front of the consumer. It's not possible. You don't even know the consumer. The consumer could just be searching YouTube and just see Kayode Olusoji or just see Shoggy Tosh. Oh, I like that name. And just, you're not there to say, oh, sorry, my website is not working. Something happened. They don't care. They don't know. And that's where the branding comes in. You need to present yourself always, because you never know when your helper is coming. I mean, like I remember when I got to meet Jackie Chan, I met him in the toilet at Heathrow. I didn't know that I was going to meet him. And that was my moment of breakthrough. I could have missed it. Do you understand? So you don't know when you're going to connect with someone. You don't know where you're going to connect with someone. You have to be ready. You understand? When I went to the States, I just saw an artist that reached out to me at this awards, one of the biggest awards, in Georgia. It will come back to me. I went for this award and I was on the red carpet. We won an award there I won the best TV presenter. This was last year, and the best show. Praise Factor Awards. Actually, I've got the awards. I've got the award here. Yeah, that's that one. Praise Factor. But now I do PR. I know a lot of things, but I don't know everything. This artist just approached me. I won't mention the artist name. A big artist in America. Oh, Shoggy, I would love to get you my music. and just brought out this customized USB flash drive and just gave it to me. I was like, wow, I like this. I couldn't wait till I got home to put it in the computer. The profile was there, short profile. All the songs were there. The links to the website, to social networks was there. I was doing a radio show because we took our mobile station to America. I couldn't wait to play the song. She didn't pay anything for it, but she presented herself in a wonderful way. So by the time before I got to the Dove Awards, I went to go and buy USB drives from Amazon, and I did the same. So there's a lot of things that we can do to present ourselves, even if we don't have the budget. There's so much we can do. There's so many doors that we can, knock and enter. But we're lazy. A lot of times we are lazy. We don't want to study, and we don't want to put those things, those knowledge and those things that we have to put into practice. So like you have that, you don't have a profile, or you have a very long profile. I just want to quickly, because I have like 100 profiles to go through to just do a show. Let's say, for instance, I'm not going to be able to read an epistle. I just want, what inspired the song. I just want the basic thing that I need, but it's not there. And you say, oh, because I'm Nigerian, he doesn't want to play my song, because I'm black or because I'm white. But you didn't do the homework very well. Now, a lot of people, they send their songs. They don't even know that they have to label their songs. They have to tag their songs. Nowadays, most radio platforms, for instance, they have softwares whereby as soon as someone is playing your music, if they have a tweeting service, which most radio stations do have, it will pick up your song and tweet it. They will not be able to sit down and tweet manually to 100 artists a day or 1,000 artists a day. That's not possible. So most artists don't know that in the properties, these are a lot of freebies I'm given because we're on Woodclef exclusively. Do you understand? You need to tag your handle, especially your Twitter handle, in the song, so that when it's played, it will pick it up. A lot of artists don't know that. I can even say sometimes 70% of artists, they don't know that they have to put the name of the song in the properties. So you see, a lot of times, as soon as they got it from the producer named it Gidi Gogo Final Mix by Waleone, because you are the one that has to finish it up, and people just send that to radios. Now I have softwares here that when I'm playing a song, if you title it properly, when I put all the songs out in front of me, it will tell me which song is playing. It will tell me the artist. But if you don't label it properly, I will not be able to. You give me more work. So most times you see some artists, as soon as you see them, you know that they don't do this. You don't want to play because it's going to give you more work, even though the song is very good. You don't want to play the song, but the artist is saying, "Oh, people are not supporting me." So there's so much into different areas of the music that one has to master. Do you understand? After you label your songs, there are ways, a professional way, that you're supposed to put your cover art on the song. I'm talking about an MP3, so that as an OAP or as someone that even by God's grace, a lot of people do reach out to us. A lot of award companies, oh, Shoggy, help us to nominate in these categories, because they know that we come across a lot of music over the period of time from all over the world, and they reach out to us. A lot of awards, not just in England, in Canada, in Jamaica, they reach out. And then you're thinking, and funny enough, like, they give you criteria. Look at their visibility on social network. You see some artists, you look through their timeline, it's Pounded Yam, Beyonce, a goat that is drinking palm wine. You can't even see their own product. You can't see their own product. You can't see what they're about. You've looked in the bio. I'm a music artist, multi-award winning music artist, blah, blah, blah. Now, they're looking through your profile. Someone played your song, it doesn't reflect. You went to do a show, it doesn't reflect. You traveled abroad to collect an award, it doesn't reflect. Maybe you're doing some programs that you're empowering the youth or the upcoming generation, it doesn't reflect. So they give us these criteria. What's the visibility of the artist? Are radios playing their music? Now, that's another topic. You see radios playing a lot of artist music. They will like the tweet. They won't retweet the tweet. So it doesn't show on your timeline. And if you retweet the tweet, you're spreading. People can see that, oh, this person's song is being played in Jamaica. It's being played in Russia. And it beautifies your brand. It expands your brand. And it shows that, because nobody wants a failure. Why am I going to pay money to come to your concert or to buy your song or to download your song or to stream your song if I think you're not going to affect me in one way or the other. So, but if you tidy yourself up and you make yourself appealing, then people want to tap into that. So if you see a song, I see 100 songs and I see some that have artwork in it, and so automatically before I listen to the song, I'm gravitated to the one that is more attractive to me. Do you understand? So you see that there's a lot of art that we're supposed to go into. But when you look at it, I'll just summarize this and then let you, because I know you probably have a lot more to say. But when you see, like, for instance, we go to the uni to go and study, or you go to college, or you go to secondary school, whatever level of education you have, you've done your master's, you've done your PhD, they give you a project, they give you something to do. You have to prepare it very well. I mean, I remember those days, I'm sure you never dubbed your life, but, on campus, we were just dubbing because I was a little boy. I was just naughty. I would go and study library. When I see people going to the library, I'm like, what's wrong with these people? Why are they going to the library? They used to dub us NFA, no future ambition, But when it comes to the exam time, we just dub people to pass, But like, the thing is, like, when you're preparing for a project, you research, you read a textbook, you have to go and look at different textbooks, different projects, so that you can gain from experience. You can have some references that you can give. Sometimes you have to actually present in front of the lecturer and your peers. You can see what goes through that process just for one project. So now that you're a music artist, why can't you use that same skill sets into your song? It's a no-brainer. It's your own song, so why can't you invest that time? If you don't know, just Google. Just search. What do I need to do? How can I improve my profile? How can I use the social networks? Some artists are not even on Twitter. For once, 95% of the time, I will never play a song if you don't have a Twitter handle. To me, it shows to me that you're not serious. It shows to me that you don't have time for yourself, because most radios will want to tweet your song. It's just a way to go. You tweet a song, or the software in the station picks it up. So if you don't even have a Twitter account, and I've asked you, I need your Twitter handle, the team has asked you, we need your Instagram handle. Like with us, when we play a song, it goes into a top 10 chart. So we need all this information. We need your Twitter handle, because as an OAP or a personality, you could spend, just for one show, you could spend 2 days just researching, because you can't find the artist. A lot of artists will not tell you their location. So like for us now, when we do, when we say that we're playing a song, we want to say the country where the artist is based. And when the artist is in the top 10, we want to say from Dubai or whatever. You go on Twitter, you look at location, someone might be joking and just say, oh, paradise, or everywhere, or what worldwide. It looks like a joke now, it looks like we're laughing, but sometimes we spend on one artist because you hear the song and you love the song, you really want to play the song, but you spend like 20 minutes going on the Instagram, going on the Facebook just to see. Even today, I was doing a branding walk for Yemi Ogudipe, who was doing she did an event today, so we had to do the PR for her. And I was looking for an artist. I won't mention the artist's name because we had to say where the artist was from. It took us 15 minutes to find. We found a number of the artist as a contact number on the Facebook. We saw the country code. That was how we knew where the artist is from. So these are little things that, those tools are there. It's for free. You can open a Twitter account. And what people don't know is that, for instance, people search for you. If people want to endorse you, you want endorsements, they search for you. Kayode Olusoji, they Google you. That's the basic way of searching about you. You're not going to sit down in front of them and say, Kayode Olusoji was born this. You tell them everything they want to hear. You probably don't know. Someone somewhere has nominated you, or someone somewhere is looking at your brand. It's kind of intriguing. Let me search a little bit more. The search, Kayode Olusoji, as soon as they hit it, Google is saying, do you mean Bayo Olabari? Because the search engine, the search machine cannot find Kayode Olusoji, so they're suggesting someone else. That's not a good sign. Now you now say, no, I mean Kayode Olusoji. You search, no website, and you don't know that, like, part of the top 10 websites that contribute images and content to Google will be like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. You don't have any of these accounts. You saw them put a box there, profile. You think, who are you to ask me my profile? I'm not going to I'm not in the mood to put my profile up. You don't put that. That doesn't go to the Google search engine. So that brand is naked in a way. So people are now trying to find information. They can't find the information. They haven't even got to your music yet. They just want to know more, because if you don't sell yourself, people nowadays, they want more than the music. They want to know, are you jovial? What kind of person are you? What's your character? They want to know more. They want to buy into your character. And that's why the music is more than the music is a brand. So if they're trying to search and they can't find you, they can't look, they can't get you, they can't reach you. Do you understand? You haven't retweeted. You went on a show. You didn't bother to post a flyer. All these things doesn't go to the search engine. So when people are now searching, lovely song, the song has been everywhere. There are other criterias, and they're now searching and they can't find you. Then the person gravitates away from that brand.
Thank you so much. You have shared a lot. You have shared a lot. You have shared a lot. I'm still going to ask you a few more questions. And
okay.
One of the questions that I want to ask you is that, what are the, one of the questions I'm going to ask you is that, what are the common mistakes that I think professionals make? Have I asked you that? The common mistakes that professionals make in terms of the social media, even in terms of the music, because truly, I see a lot of good music out there, but I realize that most of this music don't see the light of the day. And I see a lot of, I don't want to focus on gospel artists only, because we are looking at music professionals as a whole. It could be blogger, it could be a graphic artist, it could be a video director. You understand? So, what are the common mistakes they make, and what are the things, the little things that they could do, maybe like having common website or even doing some little promotion? How can this brand, what are the common mistakes that most professionals make, and how can they correct these mistakes?
Yeah, I think it's so important to budget for someone that can brand for you, or someone that can do PR for you, whatever you do. I mean, by God's special grace, and I'm not just selling myself. You yourself, you do PR. There's a lot of great, companies out there that you can approach, and sometimes you can collaborate. So sometimes you might not have the full money or even the money, and you can say, you know what, this is what I can offer. But you cannot push away PR and branding. It's just not possible, because I think that's a main mistake, because you see that a lot of professionals, could be bloggers, it could be, they put in the hard work. I mean, there's a lot of, I know I said earlier that a lot of us are lazy, but there's a lot of hardworking people who overnight they work hard trying to make their blog, the best blog out there. Content is on point, the website is on point. You can easily access it on your mobile or on the computer. If you're talking about an author, the content in the book is world class. And it's something that, if you actually invest in, it can change your life, for real. The experience that will be shared in that book. It could be a videographer, it could be a graphics designer who is just naturally blessed, doesn't struggle to combine colors, how to, you just say, I want to do some artwork, or I want to do a website or whatever. Just sit down. Okay, what inspires you? What are you trying to achieve? Okay, leave it with me. And when you see the work that they do, it could just be a logo. You're like, wow. But nobody knows of them. You're there. Nobody knows you. Some people don't go out. They don't collaborate. A lot of times you just want to do things all by yourself. It could be that, what, Kayode Olusoji is doing a concert. Let me offer and do the logos for you, just invest in you. But please, put my company in your website, whatever like that, so that people can know about you. People see that like, wow, Kayode, who did this logo for you? This Woodclef logo is on point. You refer them to them. The money that you think you didn't earn, it comes back. People know more about you. So you've got the skill, but people don't know about the product. So if you don't know about the product, or you don't know about the brand, it's inexistent. It doesn't have any existence. It's not available. So that's the mistake that a lot of people make. Let me go back to music. I don't want to mention names. But there's a very famous artist in Africa who did a lot of songs that are anthems, like everywhere. You go on YouTube, the views are in tens and tens of millions of views. But because they didn't do the publishing before those videos were released, And the painful thing is that when you search for that name or the name of the song, you can see maybe 200, 300 different uploads of the same song. But now, naturally, if you're on Vivo, for instance, for like roughly 100 views, you get £1 or $1. Can you calculate how much that is in those millions of views? And not just for what you've uploaded, everyone that uploads that video, you get something. You get in that rough bracket just for the streaming on YouTube. But the person didn't do any publishing. No publishing. And the person didn't know that the song was going to blow like that. So those are some of the common mistakes. Meanwhile, look at someone like Sinach. You know, how did she know that Waymaker will peak the way it's peaked? It's gone everywhere. You know, at times when you don't travel around, like, you know, when you travel around and you mix with a lot of people, I know you travel a lot. You go to Germany, you go to, funny enough, last year when I was in America, I was speaking about you because I went to Maryland. And as I was with a top artist, I won't mention it, I'll tell you afterwards, not on air. And they were just saying, oh yeah, I went to Germany. And I was like, you went to Germany? There was actually an event that you did, that artist was there. And I was like, do you know that this person you're talking about is my brother who went to the same uni? He's like, what? I said, yeah. And that, did you know that he was a banker? Like, I never knew. Yeah, he was a banker before he retired. And so they didn't know that I knew you. And you didn't know that we were talking about you far away in America. So you don't know where anything will spread. Now, when you look at Sinach, when you travel around and you go to Jamaica, and you're just going on the streets and you hear Waymaker. Just on the streets with a rough patois, you know, trying to sing to it. That's how you know how big Sinach is and how big that song is. When you see superstars, super gospel stars, for instance, you know, in America, singing the song at their own event, talking about, you know, the biggest artist in the world. That's how you know how big this lady is. But then she didn't know that around this time, the songs would peak on the Billboard. She didn't know. But thank God she's done all the publishing. So on Vivo, yeah, all the views, you know, someone is trying to just use, you know, the lyrics somewhere. Once you put it on something that has, you know, the electronic abilities, it's going to pick it up and it's going to bring the revenue to her. We're not even going to Spotify, Deezer. Some artists don't even know what Spotify is or what Deezer is. Because nowadays, as a consumer, for instance, and not just music, it could be a radio broadcaster, maybe you have a podcast. A lot of people, because maybe they go to work, they're tired, they just want to chill out maybe on their way back just to relieve themselves from stress. But how many songs do they want to download on their phone? You don't have enough space. So what they do, just subscribe to Spotify or subscribe to Apple Music. They're looking for the artist. Or for instance, there's a item called Shazam. So the advantage of Shazam is that you just listen to a song, you like the song, but you don't know who the artist is. You hit Shazam, it tells you the artist, it tells you the YouTube video. Some artists don't even know what Shazam is. So those are the mistakes. So you put in a lot of work by writing the song, by working hard, you know, by spending time in the studio. If you're not a producer, you spend a lot of money to, you know, going to a producer. Mix and mastering, that's another another world. You do all that, the song is ready, but they haven't budgeted anything for the PR, they haven't budgeted anything for the branding, they haven't budgeted anything for the publication. Because nowadays, a lot of radios will not really want to play your song unless there's a package, you know, because they can do freebies, but as an artist, you need more than freebies. Because if you look back in the days of the Motown days, you know, that's what they do. You look at someone like Ray Charles. Before they release a song, they have like maybe 10 songs. They just want to release a single. And they call for a listening party. They get different demographics. They get little kids. They get between the age of teenagers. They get, you know, in the over 30s, adults. They put them behind the screen. And they just play the song. Just listen to the song. Just, you know, just no pressure. What do you think about the song? And they ask one question. They say, if I give you $1 and you have to spend this $1 on this on a song, which song will you spend that $1 on? And that's all you have. And they'll say that song or this song. That one, no, I can't spend $1 on it. And that's how they know the song to release. Some, when they perform the song in places before they release it. And people are like, where's that song? Where's that song? It's not released. That's how they know that they have to release a song. Sometimes, look at someone like, you know, like a group like Boyz II Men. Those days they release an album every 4 years. So they take their time. It could be there's 12 songs or 18 songs on the album. They release a single. They release a video. So instead of doing a whole album, especially as an independent artist, for instance, you don't even have the budget for pushing it out. You've spent millions on doing the artwork, getting an album, maybe making 10,000 pieces of copies, and you have all that. No one knows of you. No one has heard of you. They don't know your music. You haven't done anything. Now you don't have any fund to push it out there. But when you look at like the style of the 80s, which to me, those are the foundations. That's what everyone is copying. That's why you see like people like Puff Daddy back in the days, he had to go down to that same formula and kind of, just upgrade it a little bit. And that's what he used for the Bad Boys, back in those days. And you look at, Dr. Dre, those are the same style. They release that song, they release a single, they release a video so that you can picture it and you can see the song. And they can push that for 3 months. They go to a radio, they buy the spots, they could buy like a whole program, and you'll just be on rotation. Even if the song is not good, by the time you hear the song over and over and over, you're sleeping, you're dreaming of the song. It's in your ears. They do that because they've just released one song and one video. They have more funds to focus on that. They go for events. Whenever they go, look at, for instance, Kenny Ogugbe and Shai Shilon and all those guys. Back in those days when they were even pushing Two-Face, before Two-Face was big, they'll go to the Grammy Awards, Oscars. They pay for their own ticket. They go there. They go on the red carpet. We're from Nigeria. Look out for this guy. This guy is coming. It's gonna be hot. They go with their brands. They sell themselves over the period of time. People know about them. When people know about you, then, and that's why it's kind of, you've done the PR, the branding. When you've done all the homework, then you kind of attract the market to the work that you've done. So you've done the song, you've done the video, it's out there. Then people are now coming through. Okay, oh yeah, I like this, because you have a little bit of budget that you can use to push it to different quarters, and then you can push that for 3 months, for 4 months, for 6 months, and that's where you have to be wise in how to develop content. When you look at people in the circular, they're very wise. Sometimes they go and fight. It's just all a setup just to bring attention to a song. They know they're going to release a song next month, but they want to bring attention to themselves. They'll just go and do a stupid thing. They throw them in jail, but there's focus on them. And then next week, they release a song. You look at someone like Tupac, he was in the jail when Interscope bailed him out. He wrote the songs, worked on the songs, California Love with Dre, they were working on all that. As soon as it came out, the story was Tupac has been released. Straight away, the song was ready. Death Row released the song. The money that they were supposed to spend on publicity, they didn't need to spend that. I'll give you another example. A good brother of mine that did PR with us actually was a record company. A good number of years I did a record with us. I'll mention his name, Henry Soul. He did the song Blow My Mind. Clarence Peter shot that video for £12,000. Then, people are you crazy? You're a gospel artist. How can you spend £10,000 on that song? Clarence, and then no other video directors. He had to go and meet Clarence Peters. But when he did that song, a sister of mine reached out to me from BET. She said, Shoggy, I love this video. Henry Soul never went to BET. The quality of the video, the content, the dancers, the work that was done, and it's like you want to kiss that video. You want to play it over and over and over again. She reached out and said, I love, and then she reached out to Henry Soul, and he was like, thank you. I was like, what do you mean thank you?
Sorry, Shoggy Tosh. Sorry, just a minute. It's like this stuff is going to go up in the next 1 minute. Can we just take like 5 minutes break? I'll bring you back upstage so that we can run this session up.
Okay.
It's going to go out in the next 1 minute. I think we spent like an hour already. Oh my, all time flies. Thank you so much for everything you've said today. We are bringing you back soon to run this section up. Pleasure. Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
All right.